What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. For those of you who watch this channel a lot, welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, I run a Canadian clothing company called K-Bud Apparel that's doing well into the six figures in sales, so I help clothing brands like yours get really good results. And what I want to talk to you about here is probably the biggest epiphany that I've had in the past year, which is that your results inside of your business are a direct representation of you. You can never expect to get any more results than exactly the level of effort and the quality of the strategies that you're putting in place right now for your clothing brand. I want to rant on this subject. I think it'll help kill a lot of procrastination inside of you and get you to work much harder and much smarter on your business. So enjoy. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. And if designs are something that you're not very good at and you need some help with them, then I recommend that you give them a shot. Post a project on there. Designers from all around the world are going to compete for your project. You choose the winner, then you get that design plus revisions. All three of these designs are selling like fire through my website right now, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or simply use the discount code apparel when you post a project on Design Crowd. You know, I'm not sure what kind of world people are living in these days, but it kind of blows my mind how many people believe in this idea of manifesting money by laying in bed thinking about money all the time. If you're a person who believes that you can literally just sit around and just manifest money into your life by the thoughts that you have without actually building something that creates that value in exchange for that money, then I don't know what to tell you, because you're probably in the wrong place with these videos. These videos are meant to really break you out of a lot of the garbage that is taught to you as an entrepreneur and get you more aligned with the things that are really going to work for you. And, you know, if you just look at the way that business works, however much effort you've been putting into your clothing brand, how smart your strategies are, and how long you've been running your clothing brand for, I can guarantee is a direct representation of the results that you're getting inside of your clothing brand. Ask yourself right now, look at your own clothing brand, look at how you're working on your own clothing brand. Do the results that you're getting actually equal how smart your strategies are, how good you believe that your brand is, and how much effort that you're putting into it and how long your brand's been existing? I can almost guarantee that it's a perfect representation of exactly the behaviors that you're putting in place as an entrepreneur. It's very similar to, say, building a house. There's no reality where you can just lay around and manifest a house being built. You have to actually get out there, and then it comes down to however hard you're working on that house, however smart your layout is and your abilities are at building that house, and however long it takes, will actually build the house. You actually have to get up and move your physical being to build the thing to eventually get the house. Jeff Bezos is one of the richest men in the world because he built Amazon first. It's a perfect correlation there. He's one of the richest men in the world because he built one of the biggest companies in the world. There's no inconsistency, right? It's absolutely perfect. Same thing with Elon Musk. He's like one of the richest men in the world, super billionaire, because he built Tesla first, because he built SpaceX. And I think that it's really bizarre how simple of an idea this is, that you actually have to get grounded in the real world and build something that people want, and then that creates the money, rather than this whole idea of manifesting. I find it kind of just fascinating how many people have the wrong idea on this, and just how, detached from what the actual process is people are. I know this not from the successes that I've achieved, but from when I'm at my worst. I've had times where I completely slacked off and I wasn't working on my business as much as I should be. And the strategies that I was implementing weren't very good. They weren't very smart strategies. And anytime I went through those periods, my results went down with it. It was a perfect reflection of how I was approaching my business. And when I improved my strategies, when I worked on my strategies and I thought differently about how I could do it, and I really got crystal clear on it and focused, and I really came up with those brilliant ideas, and then I also worked really hard on my business, that's when everything started to come. All the results started to come in like crazy because I improved the way that I was working on my business. I think that the reason why a lot of people procrastinate is because there's a bit of this detachment and delusion that if they lay around, that things will just sort of eventually work out for them. And it just won't. It's a scary idea, but there really is a reality where you don't succeed. And unless you're proactively working towards your success, then that's where you're headed. Failure is the default. It's the default. You have to proactively create success. It doesn't just happen to you. You don't just wake up someday with a good idea and it comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden, you put it in place and boom, it just takes off really easily. You have to really proactively sit down and figure out what people need, figure out what people want, figure out what you're good at, what you want to do, what you want to work on. That's a process that you need to do proactively. It's not something that happens by sitting back and just waiting for it to come in. The scariest part about this idea for me in business is that as human beings, we create habits. And most of what we do is subconscious. Most of what we do is just habitualized actions, and the way that we work on our business, the way that we think, is all just habits kind of running through us. And a very small portion of us is able to be proactive and change our behavior. And changing our behavior takes time. So a lot of people who aren't being proactive and who are just kind of sitting around waiting for things to work, it's creating a habit inside of you that's going to be harder and harder to break over time. I really hope that this video here lit a fire under you to recognize that what you build is going to reflect the amount of money that you make, so you'd better start building it. And whatever you build, you have to build up front for the money to come in later. The money doesn't come first and then you build it. You have to build the thing up front and then the money comes as a result of what you've built. And so, these are really simple concepts. Me talking to you in this kind of crazy passionate way is really me talking to myself in a weird way, because these are lessons that I need repeated into me over and over again in order to really be at my best. And I hope that by me kind of doing this for you, it really helped get you more aligned and just stoked to work on your business moving forward. The takeaway of this video is that the value you offer, the value you create, is a direct reflection of the money that you make. So create a lot of value, push out a lot of value, and do whatever you can to maximize the value that you're offering in the world, because that will be the amount that you're compensated in direct correlation. And I really hope that you got a lot of value out of it. If you did, please hit the like button for me and let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.